Hi everyone, it's Deb, and I'm making this video so that I can send it to my daughter, but you all get to come along for the ride. So the stove wasn't working. We could heat it up on broil, but then it wouldn't stay. And it was Thanksgiving, so oh my gosh, what do you do? So borrowed a stove, cooked the turkey, yada yada yada. So I got into the oven and tried to figure out, okay, why isn't it working? Well, could be this reason. What do you think? So I had to replace the element. So I got on the phone, called a local appliance store. They said that they had one. And so Joe picked it up, cost us $65. Checked with Don first to make sure it was okay, that he didn't want to just replace the stove. That's Uncle Don. And anyway, so here we are. So the first thing I had to do was take the oven door off to get to everything. Otherwise, I was crawling into the oven. So these little hinges, or that little slot right there, is where the door went in. On the door are these hinges right here. Ouch. And I got on YouTube, obviously, and they said in order to fix that, or to get it off, you had to move these little, let me see here, these little clips that, where'd they go? They're right here. Anyway, when you stand it up, these things flip over and they go in here and it catches. So I've got it down and for some reason it's sticking. But anyway, so they're hard to see when they are down. But they're there. You just have to flip them forward. So when I pause this to put the door back on, I'll show you better. So got the door off, got the element. Well, I couldn't see where the element was attached. It was clear back in here. It was back in there, and this plate right here was covering that slot. So I had to unscrew that first and then pull the element out. And it wouldn't come out, so I had to really pull on it. And then I'm like, okay, when I put that back in, where is it going to hook onto? I know there's connections back there, but why can't I see them? So I had to come back here, and I had to take this cover off. It's 2 screws, and you slide it out. Very simple to do. So these are the 2 wires right here that go to are the connectors. So I push those through so that they come through on the other side, and then I can see them. See, there they are. So that's what I'm going to hook it back up to. And while I was in there, I just cleaned the oven out. So we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to pause it. Hopefully I don't lose everything. Okay, one more thing I forgot to tell you. Okay, so I needed to know the serial and model number of the oven. So got on YouTube, various places. This is one of the places to check. So I did that. Yada, poof, voila, there was the serial number. It's on the bottom of the door. Sometimes they're up here, sometimes they're on the side, sometimes they're on the back, according to YouTube. So, okay, I'm going to pause again. Okay, so now we're rolling again. Okay, so I've got the new element. Isn't it pretty? No lag, no slag, no whatever it is that all of that junk is. Ugly, though. This is nice and pretty. And okay, so I'm going to stick my head in here, and I'm going to connect these together. I've got the power off. That's the first thing you need to do, is make sure that you go to your breaker box and unplug or disengage the power to your oven. So, okay, so this one's gonna go here. This one's gonna go here. So I'm gonna pause it again. Okay, so I got them clipped on. You can see they're clipped on. So now I'm gonna push those back in and line that up with the holes in the back of the oven, and I'll be putting the screws in. Okay, got the screws in. Now I'm gonna tighten them. I forgot to tell you that these screws are 1/4 inch drive. So you can't use a screwdriver on them. There's no head, it's a hex head. So I guess if you had the screwdriver that had the hex head, then anyway, you want to make sure it's 1/4 inch. Okay, so element is in. Looks so good. Okay, so a little interesting side note. I didn't know this when I took it out, because I had not taken the plate off. I would recommend taking that plate off the back before you pull the element out. That way you can easily disconnect it back here instead of pulling it out the way I did. So just a little side note, I'm learning, but don't be afraid to try. That's the whole point of this video. But use YouTube and everything. So, okay, so I don't know if you can see how much that element sticks out like this. Okay, I got the back on, but I haven't tightened the screws down yet. And it goes over the top of this right here. So there's a slot. And see these little things? It's not made to go under. It's made to go over. That's why these slots are there. I tried it a bunch of different ways, and that's the best way so far. Just have one more screw down here to put in right there, and then I'll be able to go flip the power back on. Oh, after I put the door back on, and we'll see if it works. Oh, shoot. I didn't record any of that. Okay, so I got the door in, and these little things right here are what you have to undo to get the door off. So, and then obviously you have to put them back on when you put the door in. Okay, so now ready to get the power. Okay, so now I'm at the panel box, and can you tell which breaker's off? Yep, this one right here. So I'm gonna flip it back on and hope nothing explodes. Ooh, no sounds so far. So the way that I knew which one to do it was over here on the side panel. They had it marked very nicely. Highly recommend, if your breaker box isn't marked, to go get it all marked up. It will save you so much time and headache later. Well, looks like the lights are on. Yay, we've got power at least. So I guess we're gonna find out what happens when I push bake. The cooktop light never goes off. For some reason, there's some kind of glitch there. I'm sure if I YouTubed it, I could figure it out, but it's not my oven, so I'm okay with that. So there, bake, start. We'll see how long it takes to get it up to speed, or if it even works, or if we wind up with flames at the back of the stove. If so, I'll take a picture. Well, the good news is, look at that red element. It's working. I think that was the problem of no stove for Turkey Day. Thank God that Chris and Don let us use their oven. So that's a praise God. Anyway, so we're rocking. I don't see any flames, any smoke. The only smoke that we had was where the label right there had been stuck around the element, and so the gooey stuff didn't all come off, but it's all burned off now, so it's good to go. Rock and roll. Okay, well, this is Debbie, and this is the weekend after Thanksgiving of 2020. What a year. We're glad it's going to be gone. Hopefully we'll get I don't know,